what's going on with these people.
White gelato.
Yo. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. So returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in. Apologies for the constant time change. I know today, for most of the people that live in the city, y'all already know what today is. And I'm not trying to delve into politics of that. Way too much noise. There was way too much noise out there. Hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Monday so far. And again, apologies because it was just too much noise and two different situations happening. But I know one definitely has to do with the anniversary of today, and another one was probably actually a fire or a false alarm. So yeah, I had nothing but fire engines all around. Can't deal with that. Appreciate everybody that tuned in last night for the conversation. Definitely was a good one. You know, if you missed it, you catch the replay. Appreciate everybody that tuned in yesterday afternoon for the portion. Shouts to everybody that popped in on the panel and on the talk. Talk that was definitely needed. I feel I didn't hold no punches last night. And I'm not supposed to. Because again, there are certain things that I deem and feel that a kid should not be seeing on and off here, but they're seeing it and they're being a part of it. So again, in that same token, gotta start coming together and really paying attention to what's going on with the kids on all angles. Again, there's some stuff on here that they shouldn't see. And it's stuff that really shouldn't even be presented on here, like I was saying yesterday about the video that surfaced, the two dudes running around the farm actually humping and doing whatever with these damn pigs. Think about it. That's the worst thing to think about, the worst thing to even want to do in the first place. And then if they got to kill those animals, you're essentially saying you're contaminating the food for the people who do eat. You know, that's the sad part about it. There are a lot of things they ain't supposed to be seeing. They're not supposed to be seeing no grown-ups letting off firearms and everything else, but they're seeing it. So again, I don't stand that far off on things I'm talking about. That's because it's really needed. For those that are in the city, I know some of y'all definitely taking this day to heart because you already know. You know, again, it's the anniversary, and a lot of people have lost people or nearly lost people on that day. Because to some people, it still lives like a fresh memory because it never goes away. But in other circumstances, you know, you just got to be able to get in control of the emotion for the day and just get through it. You know, just got to keep yourself strong on all accounts. You know, and just definitely make sure you stay strong for the fam. Riaz, what's going on, bro? And yeah, you know, not to be funny, it also is a stern reminder, but it's also a grave reminder for a lot. That again, you know, anything can happen in the blink of an eye. And if you're not aware or on point, you could be a casualty. Frankie, what's going on, my guy? You know, again, for those who live in the city, we know it's going to be somewhat of a somber day. It might be a little traffic. It might be a little bit of everything. Because I know they definitely are commemorating and celebrating the ones who lost their lives during those attacks. Again, the main thing to remember is that even though you might be somber, don't don't let the irrash decisions and emotions come out for the day. Regardless of what, you got to remember to thank that man upstairs that you're still even here. Davis, what's going on, baby? Again, for those who might not have seen live last night, you can catch the replay. Definitely was some good points and standards on there, and I'm bringing the part two of that this week. It's easy to become collateral damage. For some people, you might have just escaped death. So yeah, ain't gonna hit a little different. But then in the same token, you gotta remember you was blessed. You know, not gonna lie. I always felt eerie about this day, and not to be funny, I almost forgot about today because my mind is already like a week ahead. I don't know why, but my mind is already a week ahead of things. And I ain't gonna lie, I could have literally had two of my cousins die on that same day. Luckily, both of them didn't have to work. They actually worked in the building and on the floor where that plane hit. So yeah, like it's a grave reminder that again, you know, sometimes it be that intervention of that man upstairs, regardless of how you may feel about it. Miss QT, what's going on, baby? Yeah, yeah, Davis. Well, that's part of it, but I was mostly just, you know, brushing up from last night's live about parental advisory and viewer discretion. Again, some people will sit here and try to say, "Oh, this shouldn't be and this shouldn't be." But if you're gonna talk about one thing, you might as well talk about it all. Again, they see things on here and off here that they shouldn't see, but they see it. No doubt, I hear you, Miss QT. Enjoying your Monday off. I know. Yeah, because I ain't gonna delve into that too long today neither. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I said, days like this always be a little. Eh. And that's the crazy part about it, because I was actually in school when it happened. I knew it was something crucial when my teacher literally turned the TV on. Well, for at least the channel that you could get, and it showed a great picture of how it looked in the city. But again, it goes to show you, and this could happen anywhere. You know, there's a whole situation where it turned the city upside down. But it also did bring strength and barriers where it was needed. But even still, in those circumstances, that could happen anywhere. You're always going to get some sort of catastrophe. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. As far as New York City is concerned, like, be honest with you, there's a couple things that shook up the city. But as had instances, we did stand up at some point. Um, off that. Yeah, it was, and I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a couple things that had us at a stop. Hurricane Sandy, um, Hurricane Andrew, the pandemic, and 9/11. That's oh yeah, in the first attempt when Clinton and them was in office. Yeah, um, that's what I'm saying. It's always something that hits this city, but then we always end up coming back even stronger, and that's how it's supposed to be. You know.
Niggas just be doing dickhead shit. Do that shit to niggas that's about that life, nigga. Do that shit to me.
Ryder, what's going on, my guy? Serious, what's going on, baby?
Lame ass niggas in Coney Island. I swear Coney Island mad lame. Doing too much.
Yeah. Nah, but see, this is what I'm saying. We had a few things shake up the city as a whole, but we came back strong as a whole.
Won't do that shit to
Let's stop playing. My bad. No, but again, we have come back stronger, and we have bounced back, faced adversity. There's some things that we really didn't have to bounce back from. We just had to have a clear understanding on what was happening and why it was happening. And there are going to be some things again that are just going to be unexplainable, or you want to get more than one story until you actually get the actual truth. Sometimes you might not actually get the truth. It might come eons down the line. It ain't gonna happen right away. Ryder, what's going on, my brother? Again, we came as a unit. So in that same instance, there's certain things we need to come together as a unit on. And again, parental advisory and viewer discretion should really be what it's supposed to be. Even if you ain't a parent, you got one of your siblings with you. You got to be making sure man, listen, don't be watching nothing you ain't supposed to be watching in front of them. You'll definitely be on some next stuff. And some of y'all can remember even back in the day, if you got brothers and sisters, guess what? Tell the mama you was out here. Tell the mama you was out here watching this. So you still might have that instances right there. I'm telling mom. I'm telling granddad. I'm telling your daddy. I'm telling somebody. You over here watching over here. Even if you ain't the sibling, you'll catch somebody. Like, yeah, he ain't supposed to be. She ain't supposed. Oh, okay.
Nah, he's getting you out.
You gotta get back to that though.
Little kid took a whole beer from the beer cart. 3 little kids took beer from the beer cart. We watching them. We thinking that they was gonna just throw the beer and break it. I'm telling them, bro, these kids here and they're not doing that, son. Little one popped the top, like really popped the top. So we sitting there. I wasn't chasing nobody. So they sipped it. You know how when they get that first sip of something nasty there?
Yeah. That's what they got.
Poured some out and threw it on the field. So.
Damn shame.
You know how funny it was. And then they got mad at me because I'm explaining it. Oh, why didn't you do anything? Why? That's not my job. I'm not security.
First of all, where the parents at in the first place?
Facts.
Kids could have went missing. See, this is the thing I'll be talking about to a degree. Some of y'all parents really just don't be caring when y'all go to these events. Y'all will let your kids roam off into any sort of danger. That right there was just crazy right there.
That was funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie, it was funny. Little dude said,
Yeah,
like,
but that's the
oh,
sad part about it too, because that means they actually doing that on the reg net. Like, nah, that's not a good look. Kid out running around, opening up bids, and then now you out. Taking a sip out of stuff they ain't supposed to. Whether it wasn't bid, it was something else in it.
that.
My bad, y'all. See, that's why I said it's never hard to bring content when you got stuff like this happening. I think that's a problem. Again, you know, that part right there. Oh no, that's not negative energy. It's just sad again because your kids should be watched over, especially when you at these events. That right there could have led to something because again, your kids could have went missing in that vicinity, and that's any event that you're going to. If you got kids with you, teens with you, watch out for them. Why does it seem like you're not following that protocol as just having gut instinct? You know what? I mean, make sure there's nothing going on. I don't need it going on. Tanya, what's going on, baby? I already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And apologies for the little mix-up to a degree. For those who did lose their lives, and for those families out there, you know, every year is a prayer for all of y'all because, again, you know, that's the worst thing to have to imagine or worry about is somebody losing a loved one through some sort of vicious attack or any type of terroristic acts, period. You know, but again, this date is symbol a lot of different things, but mostly symbol again that no matter what, we gonna always bounce back strong. We are a big city, so look, we done survived the gangs in New York. And I'm talking about the actual gangs in New York, not the stuff we see now. Like when New York City really wasn't about no man, listen, do the background.
Warriors and them.
Even before that, like that's all I'm saying. The original, go back to the 1900s and past that. Son. Like, come on, son. 5 boroughs is different, son. Get around. Definitely was. You know, but it goes to show you we can always build and continuously build. I think that's the strong part about coming together to bring certain things to the light. Time to get real about it. And see, certain things might seem entertaining, but it's not entertaining when your kids go missing, though. And again, we still got that going on. Right now, as we speak, somebody could be getting kidnapped. That's because a parent, 9 out of 10, is not really paying attention to their kids. I'm saying you have to be mindful of what's going on. So, um, bring those strong strength nets back. We need it. Them safety nets need to be put back in place. I honestly feel no kid should be wandering off and getting into certain situations the way it could be harmful. If your kid don't get kidnapped, your kid can get arrested for something they ain't even supposed to be doing. They don't care. Your child could get hurt. Your child will end up somewhere in a hospital with serious injuries because you wasn't paying attention. And again, you know, some things you're gonna have to examine and go deep within. That's what I'm saying. Like, really time to start getting to know thy neighbor. Like, I'm serious. You don't know, nah, because you don't know who your next door neighbor. You don't know who your neighbor could be. And I'm not just talking about your next door neighbor. Your neighbors in the damn community. Or you know, you be running around with a murderer and not even know. You get wrapped up on some bullshit, then what? Unless they know for a fact. You better take things for granted. You see what happened on Head of State? I know him, but I don't know him. Like, that's how it be sometimes.
Right.
But you need to get to be in tune and know what's going on because again, you're taking certain chances that don't need to be taken at all. And some people try to say, "Oh well, it's not my kids, so it's not my." It don't matter. It's kids, period.
Kids, period.
Because those kids could be running around with yours at some point, even if it ain't right away. And I still feel that's weird anyway. Where was the parents at throughout that whole time frame? The kids doing what they was doing. And there's a lot of situations like that. And I'm not saying all the kids are bad. No, there's a small portion of them that are actually doing what they need to do, and they being taught the right way, whether they got the parents or the actual guardian. What's your America? What's going on, my guy? True, what's going on, my guy? Again, that is a prime problem right now. You're not paying attention, and things could get real dire out there. Again, with the situation that was just presented to me, again, your kids done ran off, went to grab something and do something they wasn't supposed to be doing in the first place. They supposed to be watching the game. They supposed to be watching the game. And you really supposed to be paying them attention again because even if it's a crowded stadium, your kids could go missing or get hurt. Or they'll be somewhere and they're detained and you won't even know until later on down the line. You have to pay attention to them. Don't matter what the age is until they old enough to even really fend for themselves the way they supposed to. You are supposed to, man, listen. You are supposed to be responsible. And again, parental advisory and with discretion. If you're gonna cry about certain things that's going on here, you need to cry about the things that's going on off here as well. If you're not doing either or, you really can't cry and complain like I was saying last night, and I feel that way. See, again, and the best light, there's things that we know for a fact we could put at least a stop to or suppression to. It does take the right people to fight on all cylinders, and that is the truth. Like I said, if you honestly feel that it's okay for any type of harm to come to anybody under the age of 18, especially those who ain't really involved in certain things, that's a problem. Yeah, you got to be mindful because you don't know who these people are, and these people could be at some point around anybody in your family. And not saying you got to play Captain Saber at all times, but no, there's just certain situations you are supposed to be aware of because that could be a downfall within your family. Pay attention to the signs. And then guess what? If your kid is under a certain age and they just did something like that, who you think they're gonna come to? They're not gonna come to the kid, they're gonna come to you. Because again, what are you doing and why are you not paying attention to what's going on? I seen a video of, it threw me off because like even out here it throws me off. For those who live in the city, y'all know most of these train areas. Y'all know those little green poles that keep everything in structure. Most of the time it be either sticky or look because it's so much work and rain and everything else that's on it. No way you gonna tell me you scaling up there playing parkour, like really risking your life. Stuff like that ain't supposed to be seen because guess what? It's giving those kids the idea to do it. You got people scaling and trying to scale these train tracks and wild out. Luckily, them third rails, they not touching it, but still, you ain't even supposed to be playing a risk with your life like that anyway. Because it would be your luck. You think you scared away and get hit by a train or get crushed by a train. Again, there's some games you just ain't supposed to be playing. There's some things that the kids are not supposed to be really getting into. They ain't supposed to see it. They ain't supposed to mimic it. That could be deadly for them. I still believe that. That's why I say you have to go on all angles when you fighting certain things, or when you just voicing your opinion. No doubt, true. I got you, bro. And I appreciate you, serious dropping the wings, baby. But see, like even last day's talk was a great one. And yeah, it was some things that was said that I really didn't want to say, but I had to say it because I'm looking at it from the logical view of everything. And be prepared for a lot of things because there's some things you're just not going to be able to shield your kid from. No matter how hard you try, at some point you're going to have to either break down the truth to them or don't tell them at all and let them be confused and stuck. But I know that most of y'all ain't going to go that route. Most of y'all, with a common sense and decency, is going to make sure you breaking down all levels to your kids when it's needed. If you're not doing that, then this is the problem that we have in this society, and this is why we're going to keep getting certain situations where there's going to be menacing problems. Like I said, there's some things that I was enjoying a couple years ago because even a couple years ago, to a degree, it was more parents more involved. Like there were certain things that even the youth thought they was going to be able to do, and they'll catch a stern parent out of nowhere, catching everything right then and there, like they supposed to. Like that's what I'm saying. What's going on now? That's what I'm saying. You're trying to give me a damn copyright. I don't care about the backup. I don't. I don't want to edit nothing. If I gotta edit something today, Bartholomew, come here, boy. My bad. But again, it is time to shape something better, shape a better picture. Again, there are some things we ain't gonna be able to shield from, but we should be able to break down what we need to break down and make sure they understand it. So at least this way, when they are coming up, there's certain things they don't gotta worry about. We can try to keep them from going down that line of trying to blame society and everything else for they mishaps and they downfalls. Again, some of y'all are gonna have to start being more responsible because when your kids start messing up, it still reflects on you at the end of the day. No doubt, true. You already know, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Let's be real about that. If you're allowing your kids to be out here all hours at night, you're allowing them to be in adult situations, or you're presenting adult situations around them. What you expect them to do? They're gonna be a part of it one way or another. It shouldn't be on the bad note neither, though. I honestly should. That's why I said, like with last night's conversation, there'll be a part two. Because again, I feel no kid should be seeing guns loaded up by actual people. And then to a point where certain situations it almost backfired. People damn near almost blew their own hands and face off. Again, some of y'all be wanting that moment so badly to be recorded. You not thinking clearly. I remember a couple videos when people playing around with them sawed off pumps and stuff like that, and dislocated or them broke something all in they shoulder and arm for what? Together, what's going on, baby? Again, we got videos of people getting stabbed up, hacked up, making the internet. We probably see it going on to some degree now. Because they do be people when certain things happen. Yeah, he was going to hear a lot of that, and it was louder than that. Today gonna be a busy, active day, and it's a Monday on top of that. Man, I really can't remember the last time. Damn, landed on a Monday. Oh man. Altogether, I already know. This is why I'm saying a couple years ago. I would say at least 10 or so years ago it was better because I can remember it was certain things that everybody thought they was gonna get away with, and them parents is not trying to hear that. I can still remember that video when the dude thought he was going out looting, his mom grabbed him by everything and dragged him out. I remember one when the dude was literally telling us that you were not going to sit there and embarrass this family trying to do this, that. And I was like, oh, it's over. It's over. See, that was still good parenting. Forget that it was a viral moment. It was a teachable moment of what should really be done in certain instances. And then there was some things that was just a little too outrageous, but nonetheless, it still showed that parents still did care somewhat. It seemed like it's not coming clear as day this day. That's the sad part about it. But I do feel all in all, whatever might be broken, at some point it could be repaired. Oh, that's just like how they was. It's not grand larceny. So they basically giving you petty larceny citations. That's it. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh no, it's the same way out here. Don't get it twisted. They've been a little bit active out here even after the Labor Day. Usually the city somewhat gets calm and quiet after Labor Day because mostly everybody's back to work and school now. Whoever's not working or schooling, they ain't trying to really be out unless it's something actually active to do. But that's crazy though. She said they could steal up to $950 and get a citation in California. It's past it. I said, see, everywhere is different. They ain't trying to hit that with us to a degree. If something gets stolen, best believe your ass gonna get caught at some point. If you don't, you had to wear this Carmen San Diego look. Where in the hell is this? You went back to Belize. You might get one of those, but they ain't trying to hear that to some degree out here. They took forever to try to even legalize something like chronic. What I'm saying. No, a certain thing that is sad when you in a city that they really be trying to have a strong hold on almost everything. And I love it for a fact to I love it to somewhat a factor, but then I hate it. I hate that they be huffing certain things. I do feel certain things they should change. And who knows? At some point, if you get the ball right with the people that are here now, you can have people who change things for the future. Like even for this state prime example. Damn shame you could lease and rent a spot, but you can't own the property. Like you can't even say I can own the land. No, you can lease it, but you can't own it. The minute you ain't got money to keep up with the lease, you gotta go. But that's crazy. Certain spots you should be able to. If I know I got money and I'm putting money back into the city, bro, I should be able to buy a piece of the land. That's what I'm saying. Man, listen. I'm trying not to go into this rabbit hole today. It's a little bit different. But again, it makes no sense. And some of you parents are not caring enough in a lot of these different areas because your kid is getting killed out here. And you want to blame everybody else, but won't take accountability for those situations. I know certain situations is different. You lost your kid just by innocent bystander, innocent person caught in the crossfire, those type of lines, you can't blame yourself. But for those who are willingly letting their kids be out there and be destructive, you can't blame nobody but yourself. You have to take accountability for that loss. And that is a sad thing that we have seen. See, even things like that ain't supposed to be seeing. The kids ain't supposed to be seeing. But it's happening. Yeah, that part two definitely gonna be hit something different. But nonetheless, though, y'all could be the future changes of changing certain things for this quote unquote state. Because I don't get how you could be outside of New York City and can purchase damn near everything out the sun. You come here, you could somewhat purchase, but you can't get the land, son. Wait, what? I can't get this piece of land so I can hold it down. How you know if I ain't gonna pass it to the family, and especially if I do got something I feel is gonna be beneficial for the future generations? That's crazy. Everywhere else get to grab up something. Man, listen, that's why I got this damn copyright up. Oprah able to buy damn near half. That's why everybody was in an uproar too. I really meant to bring that to light, but I try to be fair because again, freedom of speech ain't freedom of speech. Ah, but this is what I don't get. Let me ask y'all something real quick. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's just me overanalyzing. I hate doing that. But there's no way you gonna tell me you purchasing up land in Maui. You purchasing up most of the land. You're a billionaire sitting next to a multi-millionaire. Y'all didn't think to put y'all PC together and try to help back that land? And why is the land being able to be sold so quickly and so abundantly like that? What about the people who actually reside there? So they don't get say so or nothing? They don't get PC or nothing? And then you'll beg the 9 to 5 people to donate something. Or people that's really having problems trying to keep things afloat as we speak now. What the? Yeah, I think I was overanalyzing too much. Because things that just didn't make sense to me. Then literally sitting like, wait a minute. You are buying up half of this areas that are getting messed up due to natural disasters and whatever else. If you had money to purchase the land, how you ain't got money to rebuild the land? Message. I'm gonna leave that there because I'm not going down this rabbit hole. I'm really not trying to. Mookie, what's going on, my guy? There's some things that you're gonna have to pay attention to, even on here, because you'll get hit with a whole scam and not even know it. And I'll be mad if some of y'all actually really donating to an area where this person can actually redo it they damn self. Or if you feel you can't do it, which I highly doubt that you can, get everybody that you know amongst your flock that you know got the money and come together and put something together. 9 out of 10, they probably gonna do what they always been doing as of recent. They definitely gonna light up the. They gonna definitely have a lighting ceremony for the towers like they always do. I think they got a couple of little things going on today too. I think they got some FDNY and NYPD events. So they always do something around this time. It's rare that any time a real anniversary come up, they don't do something some way somehow. No doubt, serious. Be safe on that road, baby. In certain spots, they having like little miniature baseball games or whatever, whatever. So yeah, they doing something. But most of them are going to be taking their time. And they probably doing the reading. That's another thing. They always do the reading of all the people that passed away on that day. It's like a tradition for them. They read the names of the people that died on that day, and they honor the families, and a little bit of everything. So it's gonna be somewhat of an active day all around the five boroughs. I think the only time we didn't have too much activity was during the year of the pandemic in 2020. That was the quietest September 11th. They did do the lighting though, and they did do the reading of the people. Everything else was quiet. That's because the world stood still. And some people should be really getting on board with what's going on because we seeing things happening even since after that. And it's not making no sense at all. Again, some of y'all letting your kids crash out in the worst degree. And some of y'all are just crashing out, period. Even if you don't got some of y'all just crashing out, doing the worst of the worst. So again, there are things that are always gonna be seen that shouldn't be seen. But it is good to break down knowledge and education. Yeah, I spoke about that the other day to a degree together. See, you late. Yeah, you know what? You just came back into the fold. See, this is what happens when you stay missing. I want you to understand this. This is what happens when you stay missing. And you need one of these for clear measure. You know. Nah, I know together. You know I'm messing with you. I've been messing with everybody. Like I said, the same thing. I've always been messing with everybody. I know most of y'all going through stuff regardless. Nah, to try to make you laugh, make you feel better, baby. I kind of figured that though. But just from the video you seen, I was just like, man. But I covered it to a degree, and I gave my view and opinion on it to a degree. Because when I heard it and seen it, I was just like, yeah, that's not the way to go. But I said I feel like there was something lingering, and like sometimes when you follow your gut instinct and don't move like Captain Saver, you get to know all the truth, and that whole situation could have been avoided. It really could have. And sometimes, if you're known for doing certain things, at some point that karma will come back to you. Again, that's like you running around the hood slapping everybody. You gonna get that one person that probably just moved in the hood. You don't even know. You gonna think to go slap them, and they be over for you. Game of Duff, what's going on, my guy? Oh yeah, look, you see, you've been missing in action together. Don't worry, got some more stuff on the way. Don't worry. But again, for those in the city, yeah, it is gonna be a mixed day for some. Others, it's just gonna be low times of the day where you feel the most somberest, but you're getting through your work day regardless, or you getting through the day with your family. Shouts to everybody that might be busy right now because of school and everything else. Those educations is more important. Get your education, get your kids education, baby. Oh, it depends. It depends, Davis. We got too many choices. That's why. Man, seriously, we got too many choices in all five boroughs. But I know a couple within within range that not too bad. I like those ones specifically because they actually serve a majority of the stuff that I was at least accustomed to. There's certain pizza spots you can't even get a calzone or a chicken roll and nothing. You're like, wait, what? You just making, yeah, you did like everybody don't just want pepperoni rolls. We want a little bit of everything, like stuff that I'm used to. Even the veggie pizza, or even man, listen, there's a little bit of everything that some of these pizzerias, and some of them are actually still doing that. They're gonna give you your choices of the pizza, but like I said, there's too many damn options. It'd be different if you was trying to do a fake mukbang. Like, look, I got a slice from here, and I got matter of fact, I got two pies from here, and I got two pies from here. Let's see what. Yeah, I said it. I said it together. Edification. Get it right. Oh man, that's crazy though. Again, you're gonna sit there and say that these people attacked you for no reason, but you did something. See, but this is what I was saying the last time. We get the proverbial people give out the wrong energy, and then at some point it comes back. Same thing. Look, Davis, you asking this. You gonna ask questions about a lot of spots, and I'm gonna tell you the same answer. There are a lot of different spots that you could actually go and if that's what you're looking for, you can go get it. We got too many damn options out here. But most of the people would go to the one out there. Um, there's a couple in the city too. And a lot of times you catch a lot of them hot dog carts and hot dog stands and food trucks. So it depends on where you're going exactly. You don't ask about burgers because I'm gonna tell you the same thing. Ask about restaurants because I'm gonna tell you the same thing. Bars and lounges, I'm gonna tell you the same thing, Davis. Carl, what's going on, my guy? But it depends though, because it depends on your taste. I could give you certain spots, but then again, that's up to you. That's up to you. But there are a couple good spots that I like, and how you would call it, the side blocks or the dead end blocks, basically, where you if you haven't heard about it, you'll hear about it there. Davis, don't be laughing, baby. You know damn well I'm telling you the truth. In fact, you gotta get one of these too. She ain't come back up under your other name. You gonna have to get one of these. Your stuff. Tired of your stuff, lady. Tired of it. Making my damn scalp hurt. Nah, it's all good. Ladies, what's going on, baby? But yeah, no, but if you serious about that, like I said, there's multiple spots you can go to. But if you trying to do sound like on a mukbang type of thing, there's mad different spots. Because there's some spots you gonna say, yo, the food was banging. And ain't gonna be someone's like, eh. But again, that's really up to you. Now, when you on my side to a degree when it comes to pizza and stuff, don't worry. We got options. And if the options ain't what you want, then hey, we still got options. We shoot between all five boroughs. You want to come across a lot of spots that you ain't even know was really spots or restaurants. But okay, let me see what they got up in here. There's one on the Lower East Side called Smash. They smash burgers and stuff. Definitely good money. But it's they damn loaded fries that got me. Almost had a fat heart attack. Now you trying to get you some good food overall. There's a lot of different spots. There's a couple of places that kind of went downhill, but nonetheless, got other options. Andre, what's going on, my guy? Um, like if you on the 40 deuce side, which is 42nd to y'all, um, BBQs, um, dang, I keep forgetting the name of the other spot. But it's on one of them side blocks near Madison Square Garden. I always forget the damn name of it. But they got some good food too. There's a lot of different restaurants and even fast food joints between Brooklyn and Queens. Now, when you was talking about what about the hot dog stands, as far as hot dogs, if you don't catch no hot dogs on one of the regular food carts, you could catch one. Well, it depends. If you decide to go to the Nathan's Famous, the original, yeah, they'll get you some good hot dogs out there. Certain spots out here, we got Applebee's, Outback. See, then there are some things that we advertise, but we don't have it out in the actual city. You would have to go to Long Island. That's what gets me tight. Like, there's no sign. If you thought there was a Sonic out here, nope. There is one somewhere in Long Island, though. That I don't get. But we get advertised for half of these spots. And ain't no way out here in the city. They literally are outside of the city. But again, you got options. You want to be somewhere near Randall's Island, you could definitely find you a whole lot of different spots. Don't be questioning my intelligence over here, Davis. You still ain't coming to this chat with no bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, no nothing. Ask me damn spots. Okay, here, where you at? No, you in the shadows hugging. Hold on. Take this one to out of your madness. Time. No doubt, serious baby. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. And then you have some people that even though they survived the attacks, some people their bodies was never the same, especially those first responders. And guess what? That could be anywhere around the world if you get something serious like that. Let's not forget about the Oklahoma City bombing, um, multiple different bombings around the world where people had to pick up, rebuild, you know, identify bodies, so on and so forth. Those type of attacks mess everybody's scalp up, mess up their whole psyche about things. We should be building strong enough to, which we are, you know. But again, it's some things you're just gonna have to be aware of because if you miss it, that could be a serious critical situation that could be avoided. Not bad. I thought, okay, I'm not tripping. I thought that was the ice cream truck coming up the block. I thought we were supposed to be getting some more rain. We still might be getting some more rain, but since this morning, it's been kind of hot. But I've always felt like this anyway. You ain't never supposed to be scared to try to, you know, break down and keep certain situations under wraps. But again, some days you're gonna have to pay attention, and not just because it could be bad. You need to pay attention because sometimes it could make you look bad. Um, there are some things that you might see that might look weird and might seem out of pocket, but sometimes that would be what you call the like how they used to have those bait car situations, bikes, all that other stuff, even down to personal items and stuff like that. That could be a bait. And some people actually be falling for that bait. Yeah, it is time to be more aware of things, not just bringing visual awareness, but just all in all awareness, man, because it's needed. And if you are going to watch certain things like the news or certain programs where there's going to be specific content that they deem the kids really shouldn't be a part of or watch, but you still let them watch, you got to be able to break down and explain to them what's really going on. You're really going to have to. Some things, again, you ain't going to be able to leave the youth in the dust. And when they do find out, it's going to be even worse. It is about not setting them up for failure, but also setting yourself up for failure. See better, you know. And it really don't take much again to influence the youth when they got things on and off here that's just being presented in front of them. Again, like I said last night, you think the kids should be having to worry about if there's possible drug fiends and addicts in their hallways or around the vicinity, even if they don't live in the project buildings. If they live in the private houses and everything else, prime example. You think somebody want to be waking up, it could be a stranger laying at your door or laying near your property, or probably trying to cause to get into your property and you don't even know what they could like. Come on. Yeah, awareness. But you definitely want to make sure, same way you making the right decisions, that your kids are trying to make the right decisions as well. Again, they don't got to follow every path that you follow, but they should be able to create and carve their own path, but have the blueprint to do so. Back to what I was saying with together. Um, yeah, again, when it comes to that energy, man, listen, it can be dastardly, and it can come at you when you least expect it. And if you already got a reputation for doing something like that, then guess what? That's at some point going to be exposed. Just like I was saying before, a lot of you young men and women got to stop putting yourselves in these crazy ass predicaments. You have to. You know, like I said, how much is it really going to take before you finally learn a strong lesson that you should have been learning? And I would say for some of y'all who are supposed to be raising the youth, you can't raise them if you're not showing them nothing. You can't expect them to be anything in life if you ain't teaching them nothing and being a part of that growth. You're not hands on and visually on point. Forget about it. You're fighting the war and the battle blindly. And you're not going to win. It's not going to guarantee that you're going to win that. Not unless you plan on going to the battle like that because you already know what to expect. Don't go in blindly and not be aware of what's going on. Again, you got a lot of these youth that are getting wrapped up in the system. Some of it is because, again, they following certain things that they shouldn't be following. They trying to be a part of something that they really don't need to be a part of. You know, and they know how to target, and that's the problem. They know how to target. And I hear you, Mookie, bro. We're giving prayers to everybody that need it right now on the health tip and even on the spiritual tip. Another reason why I always say, if you was able to wake up today, give your praises to the Most High. You wouldn't even be here today. There's some people who are not going to be able to wake up and again touch or talk to family. You know, so I still feel at the end of the day, it's just some things that, regardless of how you try to shield them, you can't shield them. But you shouldn't lie to them either. And this is why another reason why some kids and even some adults are falling into the trap. You have to be aware again of what's needed for not just your growth, but the growth of the actual people who care around you. At some point, we got to start really doing some uplifting and some soul searching. But I do feel it is critical for a lot of y'all to start getting these kids into certain training methods that are needed. And I ain't talking about training for no job. Just I'm talking about training as far as for survival in life. Because it's adamant that some people are going to just go down a certain road and there's nothing anybody can really do about it. The only person that mostly could intervene is that higher power. You know, and again, you would hate for it to be a humbling experience or one of those situations where, all right, you done been doing too much. It's time for you to go. Getting a lot of y'all setting yourselves up because you don't see nothing greater. Some of y'all feel like if you already think you got a lost hope, then that's the way you're gonna go anyway. It is time to start getting back as a community though. Start figuring out the better dynamics that are needed. And once we really do get to that, we can start changing up the numbers. And I did enjoy last night's conversation, and I'm always gonna look forward to having these talks. But again, we know we're gonna have to talk about it. That's the only way we can start bringing the actual things we need back to us. Gotta start having talks. It's time to get over that proverbial hump, basically. It is. And I love this process. Because I feel again at some point numbers will speak for itself as far as people coming together on the right light. And I'm gonna say this with the deepest fiber of my bone. Yeah. Whether it's every moment of the day, every day or every other day, you gonna get something real coming from it.
Anyway, what happened? So you been father yet?
Now, don't start. Oh, there we go. Give me one second. Yeah, my bad, y'all. Had another fire truck coming down this way. So, that second curse today. My bad. See, I told you I can have a conversation without being crazy. Because again, when you thinking practical and logical, you don't necessarily have to curse. But I do feel again this part two will be something definitely good, and I will drop the panel for that. And it could be coming this week. I feel like I was supposed to give y'all part two to something else, and it skipped my mind because there's been too much going on. But again, this just goes to show you the level of production that's going on. As long as you seeing and hearing certain things that gonna make you really look at the world different, you always have something that's gonna be brought to the forefront. I definitely appreciate you, Sirius, for dropping those links for everybody. Definitely some good ones in here. Again, I feel that's gonna be the best possible likeness to anything. I come together. We have to come together for something better. Education is always going to be that key element for all the youth right now. And if y'all allowing them to fall into that trap, you're really saying a bunch of nothing. I'm sorry to sound that way, but this is how I see it from a logical view. If you want your kid to be successful and have greatness, you have to instill that greatness in them. And then they got to be able to bring it out themselves because they are going to be their own individual personality. But hey, if you're going to throw them into the shark tank, they better be able to be strapped or get up out that water. It's not going to look good. But nonetheless, though, I just wanted to chime in with that for a little bit. And again, that part two is coming this week. I could be doing that by Wednesday. So the last night was definitely a good talk. Even yesterday afternoon was a good talk. But nonetheless, and for those in the city again, just try to get through your day the best way possible. Oh yeah, and I gotta give some happy birthdays. I know it's a couple Virgos that I know been in here. Happy birthday to all the Virgo babies, man. Even on this day to day, just keep your head high and another year around the sun. Blessings on blessings on blessings. But yeah, the one thing I can say though, we do have a strong fighting spirit. Every one of us does, but it really takes the strong ones to say, "Nah, I'm not going to keep allowing or accepting anything you trying to throw at me. Nah, we got to box this out. You're gonna have to. You're gonna go through your everyday struggles in life, but the main thing to remember is you can get over those struggles. Those hurdles ain't too hard to get over. You really have to keep your mind focused and sharp. And if you got a family, you definitely supposed to keep your mind sharp and focused for not just you, but for your kinfolk. That's really about it. Hammer, what's going on, baby? I already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But this is a little quick, light afternoon with y'all, real quick. I could be bringing back something tonight. Uh, yeah. Dastardly Mondays is in effect, so you never know. But again, I appreciate everybody that tuned in last night, even for the conversation. It was even throwing some gems out there in the chat. At some point, I'm getting y'all up on here, man. I think y'all gonna be slick. You'll be sitting here dropping knowledge, and I don't want to come up on this panel when I drop it. And for those who actually was a part of the live last night, yeah, I had a fake moment, but nonetheless a good moment, regardless because it was a teachable moment. And again, I would let that be said on any angle. If you want to make complaints or cry about certain situations, then you better be prepared for all of whatever. Some people are going to let it slide and not even pay no attention. Others are going to address it one way or another. Some might go the furthest distance. It's not about picking and choosing. And if you're going to pick a battle, you better stick to that. Nonetheless, just a good little overall wrap up and conversation about last night. I would advise most of y'all to catch that replay definitely because I feel most of what was said last night, that was just one way to break down what we're seeing. But we got to be critical and fight down on all angles. That's really about it. Again, it takes the strong minded. Weak minded, they're going to keep doing the same old tactics to keep everything in order, even down to a divisional standpoint. So, at some point, you got to wake up. Again, I said it before and I'm going to say this again. It is not that much that divides us outside of religion, race, and politics. Oh yeah, money. Again, yeah, yeah, money. That's it. Everything else, we ain't that far off from in the same struggle. Just got to come together at some point and realize that we all coexist in this world together, and we are at some point gonna have to stand up on the injustices that are happening. But it does start within family home first, and then it goes outside to the communities. So it was just a little something to think about for y'all today. Um, and again, I'm definitely going to be looking forward to that part too. So feel I will delve a little deeper the way I want to. And in the same token, you know, definitely going to bring some key factors that are needed. And for those who might be coming into the fold, I want this to be clear as day. I call everything down the middle. I don't pick a side or anything. I just call everything down the middle. And there's going to be certain topics that I might be bringing up soon that it could definitely get a little, yeah, it could get a little emotional and sensitive to some. And then for others, if it ain't for you, you know, hey, it is what it is. I'm for those talks and conversations that does lead to some sort of the process of building and restructuring what we need to restructure. Again, you can't just blame society for all your woes. Some of y'all actually had multiple opportunities to get it together and you didn't. I've always said no matter if you was taught something or not, at some point you should learn it. And on the one thing you should try to learn is at some point changing those aspects of your life, especially if those aspects of your life are putting you down in that dark road of destruction. Get it right before time. You know, you can make some critical changes that can be beneficial around the people, and it can even show some of the people that thought you didn't have a chance that you can survive and have that chance. You know, some people will definitely go off of things with um they'll go off hand. They judge a book by its cover before getting to know that person. And that's not a good look. That's something that needs to stop too. Or that's something that needs to come to some sort of suppression because again, you can't always make a judgment or an assessment on somebody. And not just because either A, you don't know them or you don't like them. That's not the way to go. This is how certain situations end up getting bad right now as we speak. If you don't have, any type of real whatever against somebody, just leave them be. But if you feel you don't like somebody, remember you do have an option. You don't have to be around. That don't necessarily mean you need to cause confusion and chaos within that anyway. Words are powerful. Remember that. Actions is also powerful, but the words a lot of times spark a lot of BS. Nonetheless, this is a nice little wrap up for the day. And this was a wrap up basically of part one. Because last night definitely was, a teachable moment on all ends. No doubt, bro. Appreciate you, MK. You already, but nonetheless, we are going to have another discussion tonight. Definitely going to bring something that I need to bring. And, again, the panel will be open in case anybody want to chime in. Giving shout outs to all the members of the Eulogy family. Yeah, I couldn't do what I wanted to today again because of the weather, but don't worry, there's still some stuff coming. But I hope everybody did have a grand weekend. Oh, they trying to give me a copyright. Nah, MK can shoot. I was going to stream this morning, but just like right now, we got too much noise and pollution. If it's not the fire trucks and everything, we got music. That's why I'm glad I put this up. That little copyright always helps me along the way. And that's sad. I thought it was a block party. It's coming from somebody's car. Look at this. Uh, but again, I do got some things for y'all. And, again, appreciate everybody that has been a part of this growth. And we still growing. And we going to continuously grow. It's a blueprint to some to show you that Again, different people from different walks of life can come together and have a strong conversation and build that's needed. And they can sit up in the same vicinity without all the drama or the madness. Yes, we all have our different views and opinions. We all are different personalities. But the main thing most of us do value and remember is that we do have respect for each other. So that's what's so important and is so great about this build. And I'm going to continue to keep it that way no matter how the naysayers might feel. That's what I'm standing on. And that's how I meant it. But nonetheless, I'm not going to hold y'all too long. I got to start getting myself together anyway. It's time to figure out lunch since I did skip breakfast. But I will be bringing that open panel tonight, give or take about 9 o'clock. So I'll set the reminder for that. I could be feeling good today, so I might bring you some music on the backup. So nonetheless, this was just a brief wrap up from last night. And even on the other angle again, um, what I was speaking about last night was truth. Parental advisory and viewer discretion. It is what it is. And that goes on all angles, even in walks of life. You are, or your kids will be, whatever you present to them. It is up to you essentially to make the right steps. And that's on both angles again. It's not just the single mothers, it's the single fathers too. When you got something that could be a great part of your life and, definitely going to be your future building, don't mess it up because of insecurities or because you're not checking things when you're supposed to check it. Don't block your own blessings because you're too blind to see everything. I do appreciate everybody that tuned in. Let me get up off here. Like I said, I'll set the time reminder too for the music. And like I said, the open panel will be tonight at round 9. So we definitely in the building. Y'all was new to the channel. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. You know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real bills. Like I said, we'll be back later, definitely. Oh, yeah. I am being nosy for a couple of y'all. I know a couple of y'all had some shorts I think got slick. Some of y'all shorts are starting to really get into the algorithm. The one thing I will tell you on that note is just about when you attack it. But you gotta also remember sometimes you gotta constantly attack it if that's what you was looking for. Um, I'll delve into that somewhat late tonight. Like I said, I'm doing some experiments. I'm always doing something dastardly, but it's for good use. So and it's just serving a purpose. So again, shout outs for y'all for making it possible and for being the real ones, no matter what. And again, we will be reaching the masses the way we need to. Because some people are going to resonate with what's being talked about. And again, you can't run from everything. At some point, you're going to have to stand up and face it. And see, with some of y'all, you're going to have to face the fact that no matter how hard you try to negate or you try to navigate around certain problems, when you come back around the sun again, that problem still will be there. And if you're not trying to solve it or fix it, there is no potential growth. The main thing you should remember is take accountability and responsibility for your actions on certain things. And if you're messing yourself up in the worst way, that's going to end up not too good for you or for the people around. But nonetheless, I'll definitely see y'all later this afternoon. If y'all was um if y'all was wondering, yeah, I'm still gonna be bringing that. I just remember what I was supposed to bring a part two, not not just from last night. There was another one I was forgetting. I remembered it, y'all. See, content be brewing everywhere. My bad, my scalp hurt. I did want to leave out with this though. I'm gonna be entertaining for a minute. I like this. For that little bit of entertainment right there. See again, most of us are gonna be able to navigate between that fantasy and reality. But that's what I gave you for the day. Reality. I ain't never giving you no fantasy over here. Except for those little videos. They are fun. They are fun. But y'all go ahead and enjoy yourselves. I'll see y'all in a couple hours. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.